Hmm. Living a fulfilled life. Wow. That's huge, right? Living a fulfilled life. Um, Before you do that, you need to understand the purpose of your existence on the earth. You know, why are you here? I think I'm going to start with the ladies again. You know why I do that? Because I've come to understand that if you get it right with the women, you've done like 99% of the job. So right now, in the other of my video, I mentioned something like the primary reason you're here on the earth as a woman. I'm not going to go into the details. It's in that video, so just look it up. Then the next one is apart from God creating you for the man, He also created you for His worship. There's a difference between a worshiper. I'm not talking about you being a worshiper. I'm talking about your life being a worship. Then the next one, God created you for yourself. Now, when your life is a worship, it basically means that your life is a love story. Do you know the same way people feel like when they go to church, and worship is going on? That's the way people ought to feel when they're around you because your life is a worship. Do you understand? They should feel, when people see you, they should feel that love for God. Everything about you, when you're in worship, everything about you talks about worship. When you talk, your character, everything displays worship. And what is worship? You know, Worship is just like I said before, a love story. Your life is full of love. Nobody should come around you and not want to know God more. Nobody should come around you and not want to reverence God. Nobody should come around you and not want to be close to God, to love God more. Because as they are seeing you, oh my goodness, they can't but want to love God more. Because your love talks about it all. Now I'm going to go to God creating you for yourself. You know, you need to understand your passion. What are you passionate about? I know as a human being, we have all kinds of things we do. You're able to do 10 jobs at a time. You're able to do this, do that. But there's this thing that makes you thick. There's this thing that when you do it, you're fulfilled. There's this thing that, oh my goodness, if you've not done it, it's just like when someone is coming out from the sun, you just take a cold drink and you're like, oh my goodness. You see that feeling? Yeah. You need to find out what makes you feel like that. Whatever you do and you're like, oh my goodness, that is it. That's another reason you're here. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying leave what you're doing. No, I'm not saying leave what you're doing. Like, for instance, this thing I'm doing now is my passion. This is the only thing I know that when I do it, I'm fulfilled. I have other things I'm doing. I have my business, but this is what I know I love doing. So you might be a banker, you might be a doctor. It doesn't matter. There's this thing you love doing. It might be painting. No matter how you might see it as something that is not significant, but my there, your passion doesn't need to make sense to people. It only needs to make sense to you. You and you alone, nobody else. So you need to find out what that thing is. Are you the kind of person who likes um, maybe singing in church? Is singing your passion? Does it fulfill you? Then do it. Are you the kind of person that loves praying for people? Yeah, there are people like that. Like my mom, God bless her soul. My mom loves praying for people. That's her passion. There are other people like that. Do you understand? So find it. And let me also give you an expo. See, how to know what you're created for is actually that thing that when you do it, it does not define selfishness. It doesn't. It still has a way, somehow. to benefit other people. That's it. Once you find it, you've oh you've gotten to the peak. So one, as a woman, primarily you were created for the man. Secondly, you were created for his worship and for yourself. Discover yourself. You need to find out what makes you thick, my sister. Do that and live a fulfilled life. See you next time. Bye.